bring it up tonight. She hails from right here in Tonawanda. She's the seductress of Sweeney Street. She's the Cleopatra of the Canal. Give it up for the one, the only, Shannon Dawn.
Let's keep it going for Alex Brady. And that beautiful introduction. Woo! Yeah, I'm the Sweeney Street seductress. It's North Tonawanda, though. Ooh, yikes. Can we get a do-over up here? I would like to use one of Alex Brady's do-overs for him. Yeah, NT, I could just talk about NT for how long do you guys have? Woo! I used to work at the North Tonawanda Public Library. So if I look familiar to you, I hope none of you guys are that guy who used to come in at 3:30 and just pretend to read a newspaper and stare at me. You're not him. No, I know you're not. You're a different guy. You're the guy who used to, no, there was another guy who used to kind of like hump the photocopier. He was what we called a problem patron. Yeah, so I had enough of that. I'm a technical writer now, but I get a lot of jobs doing copywriting, so that's fun. I'm just a creative, living the dream, creating stuff like software support materials. Like I've been doing a lot of ads for like a fintech company, but so I work through an agency, and they're like, you do the technical stuff, but like, make it sexy, you know? So just like, investors in your town want to hook up. Like, find out what they want, click here. They want very reasonable things, just a good investment, you know? That's what, they're just like, have fun with it. Like, use some memes. It's just like, babe, are you okay? You've barely touched your 14-day trial of Sizely, the exercise app. What combination of emojis, I need to figure this out, I need to know this for Monday. What combination of emojis really expresses like a healthcare app that just like, it tabulates all your health data in order to snitch on you to your HMO? I'm thinking like, I don't know, it's Monocle Guy? I haven't used Monocle Guy yet, I want to do that. Yeah, make it sexy. You know what I really like writing is I do really like software writing. I like to do those quick start guides, you know, when you get like a new piece of software, that like thing that you immediately throw away. It's just, it takes the pressure off the whole situation. I'll write anything pretty much. Jokes, emails. I will write anything except a cover letter. Fuck that, I'm so done writing cover letters. You get me? Yeah, are you applying for jobs these days? Oh my God, it's exhausting. You know, yeah, so like the LinkedIn Easy Apply, you know what, if you don't fuck with LinkedIn Easy Apply, you don't fuck with me, because we're not a match. You know, I'm not an online, I never got to experience, rather I'd say I got to completely skip online dating, because I met one dude in 2002, and then I immediately met another dude in 2009. I got to skip the whole process, lucky me. But I must have some like craving for that kind of like, I don't know, that experience, because I find jobs on Upwork, you know? So it's just like I get that rejection that I'm not getting at home. Fucking job application though. I actually, no joke, when I was getting a drink at the bar, there was a guy filling out a job application, like a paper one. And so, I was gonna talk about the 90s later, let's talk about the 90s now. I am so glad we can type things now, because I'm very confident, but I have the handwriting of like a child in a cart going down a hill. So I remember like filling out a job application, just being like, my mom would be like, get out there, and it's just like, this is going right in the garbage, it looks bad, I'm embarrassed for me. Oh, another fun thing I learned about the bowling alley lifestyle, the industry, while they were talking to the applicant guy. Fun thing, definitely when you return your bowling shoes, make sure you take them off. As soon as you're done bowling, you get them back there while they're still hot. That's how they like it. They want to smell, but they also want to feel your warmth, because there's a little bit of your soul in those shoes. Oh, see what I did there? Hey. Come back next time, I'll do that same joke. Yeah, the rejection I crave, I'm getting it. Not from you guys are amazing. Give it up for yourselves, you guys are awesome. online, looking for jobs online, there are red flags that are sort of, I think, akin to dating. I keep going to say, like, I know, I'm like, what you been doing, Shannon? Just on Upwork, I swear. But there's red flags, like, if you see somebody that's just like, we need a social media guru, like, that's big incel energy. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of that. Or it's just like, if you start to get a new client and they're just like, you don't need to talk to the subject experts, you don't need to talk to the engineers, they're busy. Just go post something on Facebook. Just go do your little posts. That's the equivalent of like getting into a new relationship with somebody that's like, I'm in an open marriage, but do not text me after 5:30 under any circumstances. Yeah, honeymoon's over for you guys. I did miss the 90s. You know what, I'm gonna start by just complaining about the 90s because it was a simpler time. You know, people couldn't reach you, there were no DMs, but the things were just they were more expected. You know, like in the 90s, somehow it came over into the zeitgeist that like the biggest boobs there were, you remember this? Or a 38 double D bra. Remember the 90s? It was just like the cliche, like, I bet she's got a 38 double D bra. And so I can't tell you how many times I've had men come up to me and inform me that I wear a 38 double D bra. And I don't. Now we got that internet. I can get them from the UK. Yeah. Anybody here? Round of applause. Do you ever just get so frustrated in your marriage that you just start rage buying odd-sized bikinis from the UK? No, just me. All right. Yeah. I spent some money, guys. I'm a weird kid. Like, I'm really into science, but I didn't get steered into the STEM fields because they weren't looking for smart kids under the bleachers, which are getting fingered behind the roller rink. Because I don't know, I think that's where the smart kids were, out having fun. But yeah, no STEM fields for me. Just I love technology. But one thing I miss is that, like, back in the 90s, you know, if you had to wait for things more, you had to work for the things you wanted. Like, if you wanted a pizza, you had to voice call, like Little Caesars. Now they're just hot and ready. You had to voice call and wait? Like a caveman. Also, if you wanted to see my tits in the 90s, you had to call my stepdad. You had to call my house and go through my stepdad. Or maybe he worked at Little Caesars, I don't know. There was an earlier version of this joke where my stepdad worked at Little Caesars. I don't remember. I was such a weird kid, though. Yeah. I don't know if now are they looking for autistic kids now? I don't know. Maybe I should start a foundation. It's just like, hey, you, go into the sciences. Don't marry a guy that plays guitar. Sorry, Desi. All right. So I was a weird kid. I don't know. Did anybody have that one kid in their class that was just like at sleepovers? Like, I was always really obsessed with sex, but I was also kind of straight-laced. So like all the other girls, like, I just knew stuff. So I'd just be like, all right, girls, I'm gonna make a Ouija board. I'm open for questions if anybody needs to know what a blowjob is, and then I will be promptly falling asleep. First one. I go hard and then I'm out. Oh, what else was? Oh man. Kids. So I started having sex kind of young, and I won't say how young, but I'm from Pennsylvania, so don't use your imagination because that's illegal now. Don't picture it. Such a weird kid. So I think kids should wait. I mean, I'm fine, but I think kids should wait. Not really because their emotional health, because kids' emotional health's fucked. They're going on Instagram fucking themselves or wherever they go, the TikTok, wherever they're emotionally abusing themselves. I think kids should wait because they're just so bad at sex. Man, junior high boys are terrible. High school guys are almost worse because they're like overconfident or something. I don't know. It's just like, you're terrible, and like you learned from your older brother, who I also know is terrible at sex, because I met him at the pool hall, because that's what we used to do back then. When I was in high school, I think the most satisfying part of sex for me, when I was in high school, was taking off my bra. Oh, I'm free. Give me that glorious couple minutes. So I think I'm at that point in my life now where, guys, I think I'm middle-aged now. I think it happened. You know, I was just thinking today, it's just like, I don't care about being a hot chick anymore. I just want to retire with dignity. And it's just like, I don't know, big changes are gonna happen, but I'm not so grown up that I'm like gonna stop being like a holy terror agent of chaos. Like, I don't know, 2 months ago I got in a fight with my wing because I headbutted a guy during nuclear assault. The guy had it coming though. He needed it. I don't want pick justice. So, yeah, so like, I don't know, should I be, I was thinking about becoming a classier person the other day because it was raining and I'm like, could I be an umbrella person? Nah, I don't know. I already scoured the world for its offerings of women's plus size heavy metal clothing. So, I mean, I'm not gonna get that time back if I just go to LL Bean. And can you picture me just doing like Martha Stewart? Like, oh my God. Guys, when I dress up for a job interview, when I used to do that, like wearing like the blazer. Did you guys ever see Battlestar Galactica? I look like President Rosalind. Yeah, big, you guys Battlestar fans? Yeah, so say we all. Let's talk more about how applying for jobs is awful and humiliating. What kind of jobs are you looking for?
Graphic design and industrial design.
Yeah, that's a lot of things where you fall into that thing where somebody's like, well, I could pay you, $50 an hour, or my nephew could do it. I don't know, my wife's pretty good at Canva, so I don't know, I don't know, maybe you don't need that health insurance that bad. What is the process of learning design like? Because
I went to RIT in Rochester.
Okay, yeah.
It was a long, enduring journey.
A slog, if you will, yeah, to become a designer. What's the coolest thing you've ever designed?
I just got my design put on a race car in Rochester, actually.
That is awesome.
A logo for that.
A logo for a race car, so it's just like it's built to be smashed. It's like it's so cool. Yeah, I wish I liked NASCAR better. This is just a fun fact. It's not a joke. My husband is Dale Earnhardt's sixth cousin. So sometimes in like the right light, like he looks like he has like a dirty blonde hair, but he's got a little twinge of the ginge. Sometimes in the sun, I see those amber whiskers, and I know, wow, I'm going to say something right, and then I know that he's going to take me to the finish line. Or we're just going to be going in circles over and over and over again. Oh, I'm just so tired, guys. I'm almost 42. I'm exhausted. Just my heart is tired. My feet are tired. But trying to keep the old marriage spicy is, maybe something I should have. If I knew I was going to be called the Sweeney Street Seductress, I maybe would have had hotter takes on what a boring lay I am now. But no, my man said like he wants to, he says he wants to spice things up and try something like a little. It's like I want to try something a little different. Let's try something different. Like maybe. And I'm like, what are you getting at? And he's like, I think we should switch things up. So I slept in the spot next to the window. It has really changed my perspective. It's drafty over there, so I learned something. He was saying to me tonight, I texted him like, oh, I'm having a great show, makes you love you, all those things. Sometimes I kind of want to develop an app to do that for me, but today I was in a good mood and I was happy to do it. But so he's like, hey, actually, I was like, oh, it's super packed here. There's tons of people here. He's like, oh, if you see anything nice, maybe bring home a little something sweet for us to share, So I'm just gonna pretend that I'm just gonna be literal, like, hey, autistic, I'm gonna bring home a sleeve of Fig Newtons. Share that in bed. Oh. All right, guys, I think that's been my time. Hail North Tonawanda and hail Classic Lane.
Hail North Tonawanda and hail Shannon Dawn, its native daughter. Shannon, you did the most Tonawanda thing you could do during that set. You claimed a tangential relation to a NASCAR star. That was textbook. I love